Today, we take this big underwater vacuum cleaner to the river to suck up gravel and see what kind of gold we can find. Good morning, the people of the world. That was weird. Today is another day in New Zealand. We have the big 5-inch, is it 5-inch, right? 5. Yeah. We have the big 5-inch dredge today, and our plan is to use it and find some candy. Now this dredge is brand spanking new. There's still oil from the manufacturer all over this thing. We just put oil in the motors this morning, so we know it's, brand new. Chris is ready, obviously, because he's wearing the PioneerPauly toque. If you want your own, go visit PioneerPauly.com. Are you warm?
Yeah. Warming up at the moment, a bit cold. His
head is warm, that's the whole thing. His head is warm. So let's finish packing up and hit the road. So I don't really know what to expect today. I haven't used the dredge since Nome, Alaska several years ago and not sure where we're going. Okay, we have arrived. It just started raining a little bit, but that's not gonna matter because we'll be in the water. What are you doing, mister? So this is where we will be working. So it's clear, it looks shallow. Mind you, I don't know how deep it is to bedrock or if we'll even get to bedrock, but we'll start. Where are we gonna start? Huh? You're looking good, man. Where do you think we're gonna start?
I think how about we go for a walk? And we're a little bit private in here as well. Like
a little quiet. Yeah, we're allowed to be here, by the way, so it's just that.
We're not allowed to be here, we are allowed to be here, by the way. Totally illegal. If we look upstream, you can see there's an inside edge and then the water comes down a set of rapids. So in a big flood, this is like blowing clean and then the water's slowing down and we've started getting a deposition of big rocks here.
The river does a good job also of separating the light material from the heavy material, big rocks from small rocks. So big rocks generally means heavy stuff like gold.
This zone in here looks quite good.
Yeah, so let's do everything but this.
Let's... Yeah, forget about this.
So it doesn't really matter where you go. We're gonna find gold here. This is a really good area to find gold. And there's really only one way to find out. God, they both look so good.
The green with the green dredge.
We are now finally ready to suit up and back the gold dredge into the river. Also, this video wouldn't be possible without the support from the Otago Gold NFT project. Looks good, mate.
Highly illegal.
After tying the dredge in place, the only thing left to do now is prime the water pumps and start her up.
Oh, I didn't have it turned on. Sorry. Sorry.
Now let's get to work. My goal is to work slow, avoid getting too many clogs, and see if we can get to bedrock. I forgot just how much fun this is. No more do I have to worry about the overburden or being smoked out. I just let this hungry hose eat everything up. And for those of you who don't really know, everything we suck up slides over the sluice box, leaving anything heavy, like gold, trapped in these riffles and carpets. I want you to take note of this pile of black sand here. Black sand is a common sign that there could be gold around, and there's a lot of it on this river, so maybe I'll be rich after this? Who knows? I swapped out with Chris so I could see how it's done, and so I could focus on getting more footage of this whole thing. We also noticed visibility started to diminish, either from rain or something upstream. Luckily, I have a flashlight. I'm wondering if I just hold the light like this, above the surface, so you can see better. I'll just stand like this all day. I don't know if I'm helping at all, but it's the least I could do right now. starting to really rain right now. Not a big deal because we're underwater, but it's gonna limit the time I can use my phone because I don't think it's waterproof. It might be, but I don't really want to take that risk. We're both doing good right now. We're just trying to eat into this bank a little bit more. We haven't found bedrock yet. I'm thinking the bedrock's probably, I don't know, 8 feet deep. Yeah, with this rain, it's getting really difficult to see and it's gonna be even harder to hold a flashlight. So another thing you gotta look out for is if the tailings pile gets too high, which is bad because it'll lift the sluice up, which could potentially lose you gold. As we got deeper, so did the rain. Well, the rain got more of, it was harder to see, so we weren't sure to stick to the shallows or go for bedrock blind. So there are techniques to dredging, including what we are doing here, which is sucking the shallow material up in a big area so then we can go deeper without the risk of a cave-in. And I'm honestly okay not doing the right thing here because we're gonna find gold regardless, and the sound of the material getting sucked up just sounds so good. Now I'm back on the hose, and you can see the difference. I'm not as fast as Chris, also definitely not while holding the camera. As much fun as this is, we have to remind ourselves to take little breaks so we don't get too cold and to make sure there is gold in the sluice box. So we're having a quick break just to see what we're looking at. I can't believe how much black sand
A lot of black sand
is in this river, yeah.
We're actually not gold mining, we're actually black sand mining.
Yeah, we're actually not gold mining. We're black sand miners.
Gold mining is so 2024, man.
Yeah.
We're in 2030. We're ahead of the curveball.
Do you see any candies?
I am seeing not much, but I'm guessing it's in that mat. A lot of it will be in that mat.
Oh my goodness, that is a lot of black sand. So the whole goal for today is just to punch a hole in the river here just to see the gold that is in the area, and if it's worth it, we'll bring the bigger dredge in here and spend a lot more time. Ideally on a sunnier day and when the water's not so murky.
We'll just turn it back on, clean the box, and the vibrations from the engine will help settle the gold in the pan as well. See that vibrations? It helps settle the gold.
Oh yeah. You'd think you'd lose gold out of here, but no. Everything will get caught in those mats. There's one. Right there. Yeah. Cool.
Hey, look at this. A lot of gold here, eh? Look at this, Paulie.
Oh yeah, we have one right now. Is that one? No, that's not one.
There's one there.
Okay.
Look at this, but yeah.
Is that, looks like lead maybe. Oh, just flicked up some more gold. Cool.
Here we are. Look at this, but here we are.
Yeah. See, this is a reason I don't like panning in general. It's because you have to get through all the black sand, let alone dredging. Jesus. So there's gold here, but we just don't know the weight until we actually do the second run and then weigh it all up at the end. And it's up to him whether or not we're gonna come back with a bigger dredge, but we're gonna have some food. This helicopter's ruining my shot. We're gonna have some food and then we're gonna go in for round 2. Funny story, of course I would do this. I was taking the pan of concentrates to the truck and I dropped it. So I picked up as much as I could, but as you can see, in the middle of this trail, there's a piece of gold right there. There's another one right there. There's one right there. Yeah, so I did the best I could, but now this trail here has gold in it. You're welcome. So now that we have a hole that's deep enough, I'm just putting on some weights and then I'm putting on some air so that I can breathe underwater. Obviously, yeah, just keep your eye on the oxygen.
Yep.
So don't breathe in gas. I really want to put the end of that on my wing. Round 2 should be much better, as now we've worked out a system that works and we're working a bit deeper.
You can see Pauly on the nozzle there, just working that base. We're just going a little bit deeper, so we've just got some lead on them and also some air as well. It's a bit deep for the old snorkel, so we're trying to make our way down to bedrock. Pauly's just got a bit of a block here, so we're just bashing the hose with a rubber mallet just to clear the blockage. So you can see the rusty sort of material coming out the back of the box. Nice rusty sort of material.
What is this then? Oh. Hello! Another cool thing about dredging is you will uncover things that have been buried for a long time. I'm going to keep the music off for a bit so you can fully enjoy the sounds of gold mining heaven, and I'll also shut up.
moving the dredge over now because we've created so much tailings, we've made an island. That's not good.
Here Chris and I work as a team of gravel seals behind legal lions on a mission to rescue some gold. The question is, will we find more than I recovered from the trail? It's really starting to get hard to see now. I think we're gonna go a little longer, then we'll probably call it.
It keeps raining on and off. Whenever it rains upstream, it creates a lot of fog in the water, and that fog comes downstream to us. So the best way to see is using a flashlight, and even that is difficult. But we're only here testing, so there's no real big obligation to work really, really hard to find lots of gold. But the more gold we do find, obviously, the better.
Okay, I'm cold now. I'm not sure how Chris is feeling. You can barely see him down there, but I'm just gonna leave him alone and sit here on standby. So what I'm doing is just moving bigger rocks out of the way so Chris can focus on what can go up the hose. Like a goldfish. Okay, for a second, let's reverse it, just to see what it would look like if we were giving the gravel to the river.
All right, perfect timing. So we're gonna call it right now. We're both pretty cold. The fuel is just about empty and we punched a deep hole, but now it's really hard to see because the hole's so deep, we keep getting material going down, and yeah, we're gonna clean out what we have and see what we're looking at.
I almost sucked off my whole hand. The glove literally just ripped right off. All right, sir, what are we looking at?
All right, well,
We have a leaf. Oh my God.
mission accomplished.
Yeah, high five.
Yeah, we found a leaf. Okay, let's see if we've got some more leaves.
Yeah, so I imagine it's gonna be like the first cleanup we did. We're not really gonna see it until we actually get it into the pan because there is a lot of black sand in here. For those of you who don't know, you always wanna run it before you actually do the cleanup because the water will get rid of most of the black sand for you. But it's usually right here, you start to see a line of gold, but I don't know. We can't tell if the gold is kind of like within all the sand or it's gonna be right on the bedrock. There's always gonna be a little bit of gold in between, but we're only testing today. Yeah, I don't see anything up in the boxies. Oh, there's one. Right there. Oh yeah, that's what we're looking for. Just one piece, huh? Yeah, exactly. It's just gonna be all through the mat. The rain stopped. That's a good sign that there's no more rain. So the gold pan with our gold that we showed you from the first run, that's already in the truck. And I really didn't want to say this on video, but I dropped some of it on the on the road. I tried picking most of it up. So, yeah. Now that we're done, the top mat gets washed out into the bin to pan out later. Remember, we're black sand miners. Yeah. We just need black sand.
Gold is just, we aren't looking for the gold.
Yeah, gold's stupid.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't know whether or not to help him or just focus on the filming. This is why it's good to have 3 people when you're dredging. We do one more run to get rid of any extra black sand we don't want and to have a look at the bottom mat before we put that in the bin. So as you can see, most of the black sand is gone.
But there? Oh.
Yeah, right. See, and right behind these riffles is where the gold's gonna be. We got another one. Kapow! Right there. All right, so let's finish cleaning this all up. So Mr. Beautiful is gonna do this rough pan, see what we're looking at, and then maybe when we get back to the house, we'll finally see what we got. Yep. Yes, sir. When you find gold, that's a good sign that there could be what?
Are you asking me?
That there could be gold around. There is candy in there.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, look at that. Cool. And again, man, we're only testing. So
just testing.
If we know there's gold here, you got to decide whether we want to bring the big dredge in, or we're going to continue this tomorrow, or we're going to go to a new spot. And it sort of sucks that we can't really see what we're doing down there. That's sort of prospecting. You don't always have the best light, days, temperature, gold, this part of it.
Dolly Parton said if you want the rainbow, you've got to put up with the rain. And that's quite fitting, you know, it's like that with gold mining.
I feel like I'm too young to know who Dolly Parton is. Okay, it is day 2, or part 2, because it's actually been a week later. And we've already ran into our first problem. Chris's truck is actually getting serviced and won't be available till later this afternoon, and it's already 1 o'clock, so we are running out of time. But we do have the RAV4 here. Unfortunately, I think we do have a problem, because obviously this is a small vehicle and a big dredge, and
This will not attach in here.
uh-oh.
Yeah, it's too small.
So if you're watching this on YouTube, we've obviously figured out a solution, because otherwise I wouldn't upload it. But right now, in the moment, it feels like I'm not gonna be able to finish this video. So that issue isn't that the RAV4 won't be able to pull the dredge, it's that there's a special bolt that needs to go through a piece of metal to secure the chain onto the car. Now we could drill through it, but there's no way we're actually gonna be able to do that today. We had no choice but to wait till the truck was back. I know. And as soon as it arrived, we took the dredge and headed off. Unfortunately, when we returned, the water was worse than it was on day 1. And being that it was already 5 o'clock, it was decided we would return to the river later in the year. All right, so dredging for round 2 was a fail, but we can at least clean the concentrates from the first day right now and still be able to see a little bit of gold. Chris here has already just started.
Praying.
You're praying to see 10-gram nuggets.
Look at that.
You know, there'll still be a little bit of gold in that.
Yeah, I put it in here for a double. So I'll do like this, and then...
I should just put it on the grass and just find it later.
Oh, I'll just put it on the road.
Concentrates to the truck, and I dropped it.
Oh, I'll just put it on the road.
Goldfish.
Look what I found. This is amazing. This is a... The blah blah blah. This
Thank you.
symbolizes our relationship.
You can already see some gold. This is a magnetite, hey.
Yeah.
You can see a lot of candies. Again, this is the magnetite stuff. This isn't even the con, so we're actually looking pretty good. Oh my God. Some beautiful rocks of iron. So this is ironstone, basically what black sand is in its evolved form Pokemon.
Just a little question.
Yes.
The black sand. Are you going to take that home and forge a pick?
Chris handled panning the bulk of the black sand while I focused all my attention to do the final cleanup. And after 6 days, I was done. Okay, so it started to rain pretty bad, so I'm hiding underneath this thing here, but it's in perfect timing because Chris just finished washing his truck and I just finished panning the gold. So this is what we got for that little bit of dredging. It's actually not as bad as I thought it would be. And it really makes me wonder how much we would have found if we spent the full 2 days dredging. We'll have to find out when the water is clearer next time. Okay, let's get this out of the rain, all dried up and weighed up.
Gonna put this in the pot just to dry it out. Hey, and I'm just thinking as well that we weren't even on bedrock, this was just on the surface gravels.
That's true, actually. When you're sniping for gold, you're fanning a lot, and that's the gold that you're kind of fanning away, so.
Yeah, you're missing it, eh?
I imagine it would feel so good to actually dredge all that gravel over top and reach bedrock that has never been sniped before. That's when you would find some really nice pieces of oatmeal.
Dredging is basically you're getting everything, you know?
Yeah, nothing beats dredging in my opinion, nothing. Add some pepper, salt.
Yeah.
You never want to inhale the fumes because a lot of the gold that are in our rivers have mercury to it. You never want to because a lot of the gold fumes inhale the fumes have mercury to it. So here's the gold all dried up. So I'm just gonna quickly dump all this down and weigh it. There's still a little bit of black sand in there, but I'm not really too concerned. Carefully dump it onto this card. I'm failing at this. Moment of truth, 400 gram. Oh, I kind of spilled it. 1.91 grams, so just under 2 grams of gold from dredging the gravels and not even touching the bedrock. So considering we did that in maybe a few hours, there's so much filming and there's so much stuff that we're trying to set up, right? So I think that's not, I don't think that's bad.
2.5 hours just under 1 gram an hour. We don't know what's on the bottom on the bedrock.
I say it really does deserve another chance when the water's clear and we spend more time in the water.
Yeah.
All right, so before you go, now that Chris is gone, I might be saying this a little too soon, but there's actually a good chance that you guys will be able to join me on adventures now. That's all I'm gonna say for right now, but just stay tuned on my social media if you want to get some updates in the near future. Thanks for watching.